What's up, guys?
What's up? How you doing? So after a couple of barn burners, do you have to go into every fight night being like, well, I better put on a show, or do you have to think, we'll just get the win here and make it simple?
Yeah, I'm not committed to making it a barn burner, certainly not. I have noticed that that's kind of what happens with my fights, but I promise you I'm perfectly fine with just going out there and getting the W this Saturday night. So no promises that it'll be, a boring fight, but I can slow it down. We'll see.
Is that just something that happens naturally to you? You're in there, the fight starts, and you just find yourself like, oh, I guess it's happening again. I'm in a war here. Is that just what happens?
Yeah, and I think it just comes from my mentality, and sometimes I try to meet fire with fire. And that's why I surround myself with good coaches and guys that try to make me think about the positions, think about the things we're doing. And I think even though these fights are kind of getting going and being wild, if you break them down and look at them, I am being technically sound. So it's just in me. It's in me. It's in some guys, and it's always been in me. I remember talking to guys years ago, talking to Poirier before I got into the UFC, and I tell him things like, I'm gonna be a guy. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna bonus a bunch, and it didn't happen early on, but the cream rises to the top. Keep on putting me out there. I'm gonna perform.
So what are we expecting on Saturday night out of your opponent in particular? Do you think he's a guy that, okay, he's going to come at me strong and I'm going to have to meet him, or is he a guy who's going to try and slow it down and sort of play it out longer?
I think it's something we'll have to parse out and let the fight develop, because he's shown multiple styles in the past. I think in the Dvorak fight, and he comes from a good camp. He's got competent coaches around him, and I think they game plan based on who they're fighting. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes about the fight with me, because I've seen him take it to guys, and I've seen him circle around and counter-strike quite a bit too. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I'm ready for either. If he brings it to me, it'll be a fun one. If I got to bring it to him, it'll probably still be a fun one.
Do you ever think about that? You mentioned about his coaches like to game plan. Do you ever think about that as a fighter? Or like, I wonder what they're looking at when they look at my fights and what they're trying to do. Do you ever wonder what people are doing to prepare for you?
Well, I think a good fighter and somebody, I've been doing this 13 years. I know what my strengths and weaknesses are. I believe we've always got to be filling in the gaps and trying to fill in the holes, whatever part of your game is weak. If you can look at yourself and honestly, and you surround yourself with good coaches who hold you accountable, I think we know what their game plan will be. We're well aware, and looking forward to it. Let's see.
Me too. Thanks very much.
Nobody? Fighter pay? No questions? All right.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
What's up?
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
That's right. Thanks, guys. See y'all Saturday.